Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Yes, good afternoon once again. You are welcome to Fusion Mobile e-learning geography class. My name is Mr. Michael Okoli Peter. We are going to take ECOWAS as our topic this afternoon. Under this topic, we are going to look at the formation. Why was ECOWAS formed? Number 2, we look at the member countries. Number 3, we look at the aim and objective. Number 4, we look at the problems. Were they able to achieve what they set out to do? Or they have some obstructions, some hindrances that militate against them achieving what they set out to do? Then the solution. By the time you are able to look at these 5 major subheading under this topic, you must have done justice to the topic ECOWAS. Let's start from the meaning of ECOWAS. ECOWAS is a kind of an acronym. It's an abbreviation of Economic Community of West African States. Economic Community of West African States. Now, let me explain something before we proceed. When we are dealing with regional geography, this is a regional geography. You are dealing with, a region within Africa. That is West Africa. If you are dealing with a region outside your own country, all the member states, all the member countries are called states. If you are dealing with a continent, all the member countries, they are called what? States. That is why here it is not Economic Community of West African Countries. No. Because we are dealing with a region. So all the member countries are called states. So having known that, let's make progress. Let's look at the formation. The treaty establishing ECOWAS, I think it was in 1975, precisely May 28th in Lomé, Togo, that about 16 states came together to form a kind of a cooperation, coming together to fight a just cause in terms of integration, in terms of political integration, military cooperation, economic assistance and cooperation, and also other cooperation that they deem fit that they can be of a help to themselves. Then let us look at the member countries. Economic Community of West African States is made up of 16 member countries. Now, number 1, we have Nigeria, we have Togo, we have Benin Republic, we have Ghana, we have Cote d'Ivoire, we have Liberia, we have Sierra Leone, we have Guinea, we have Burkina Faso, we have Guinea-Bissau, we also have Gambia, we have Senegal, we have Mauritania, we have Mali, we have Niger, and finally we have Cape Verde. These are the member countries that formed Economic Community of West African States. Let's look at the aim and objective. Why do these countries come together to form an alliance? Number 1, one of their aim is to promote economic cooperation. That is one of their aim. They want to promote economic cooperation so that they can assist themselves in the area of economy. Number 2, for free movement of people within this region. That shows that if you are to travel to Ghana, you don't need passport. If you are to travel to Burkina Faso, you don't need transport. free movement within the what? Within the region. Number 3, cultural cooperation. Cultural cooperation like football, exchange of culture, football, and other cultural, activities that can foster unity among these member countries. Number 4, also look at common currency, so that if that is what we call eco currency. If you are traveling to Ghana, you don't need to change your own naira and kobo to their own cedi before you can buy. So the one of the aim and objective is to come out with a common currency that can be accepted generally within this member state. Then number 5, develop foreign cooperation. Develop foreign cooperation with other developed countries, so that it can help them to achieve their aim. Then let's look at this aim and objective. Have they achieved so far? The aims and objective this body set out to how far have they gone? Now, number 1, when we talk about free movement, some countries like Nigeria to Benin Republic, Nigeria to Togo, Niger, you don't need visa most at times to cover. Once you have ECOWAS passport, you are free to move within this. So to some extent they have achieved that. Then number 2, they look at trade liberalization. Trade, that is, as a Nigerian, you are free to carry your goods and cross to Niger and sell without being victimized or being molested. You can carry your goods to Ghana and sell. To some extent, that one has been achieved. Then we talk about cultural integration. When we talk about cultural integration in terms of football, we have a football association within the region that develop our football, play matches and exchange players and all that. To some extent, that one has been achieved. Then we talk about military cooperation. To some extent, I think some time ago in Gambia, when their president lost an election, he don't want to go. Other member countries, they came together and said, look, Mr. Man, you have to leave. And they fought that this thing until a proper things was done. So all these are the achievement so far. But despite this achievement, they have some constraint. What are the constraints? That is the problems. The problems that ECOWAS faced. Number 1, diversification of what? Of products. Diversification of products. It seems that all the member states, they produce almost the same thing. If I produce rice, you produce rice. This country produce rice. Mr. C produce rice. How would there be exchange of a product in terms of trade? That is one of the problems. Number 2, we talk about fear of domination. Fear of domination. Some countries within the member countries are claiming to be, self-sufficient. They don't need alliance with this country. They don't need alliance with this member state because they are afraid of being what? Of being dominated. Number 3, non-payment of dues. Some countries, member countries, they don't pay their dues. They don't pay their dues. Therefore, affect the full operation of ECOWAS. Then number 4, we look at language barriers. Some of these countries are francophone, that is, they are French-speaking countries. Others are anglophone, others are Spanish, and some other languages within. So because of this multilingual, within the region, it affects the rate at which or the achievement ECOWAS set out to achieve. Then finally, we look at the political instability. Political instability is another, many of these African countries, many of the ECOWAS countries or ECOWAS states, some of them will have a sit-tight president that do not want to go. And because of that, political instability here and there. So these constitute a lot of problems to the effective implementation of the policies and programs of ECOWAS. Then, what are the solutions? What solution can we prefer? Number one, regular payment of the dues by member countries. You have signed a treaty to be a member of ECOWAS, so they should be encouraged to pay their due regularly. Number two, common currency. Even though it's one of the aim and objective up till now, that aim has not been realized. So if there is common currency, eco currency within the region, it will now smoothen the rate of movement among the member countries. Then we talk of political stability. Political stability is also another solution. Then diversification of product. Since we are almost producing the same thing, why can't we diversify our economy so that you can depend on me, I can also depend on you? So with this, we have taken this topic ECOWAS. We have looked at the formation, we have looked at the member countries, we have looked at the aim and objective, the problems and the solution.